What is it about a revenge story that just gets under our skin? It's so much more than just the action, right? It's this carefully built emotional roller coaster. Today, we're going to break down the anatomy of a classic revenge thriller, piece by piece, to really understand its powerful, gut-punching impact.
And it all kicks off with this single, chilling phrase, "It was just business, nothing personal." This is that cold, calculated justification for something absolutely horrific. It's an attempt to strip away all the emotion. But as we're about to see, this one line is the spark that ignites a conflict that becomes deeply, brutally personal.
So, here's our roadmap. We're going to follow 6 classic stages. We'll start with A Life Before, watch it get completely shattered at the point of no return, feel the fire of a vow for vengeance, and then follow the hunt as our hero unleashes the ghost. Then, of course, there's the final reckoning, and we'll end by weighing the cost of revenge.
All right, first up, A Life Before. See, every great revenge story starts, not with a bang, but with the quiet, fragile piece that's about to be absolutely destroyed. Let's meet John. He's a military veteran, and he's struggling, really struggling, to leave the soldier behind and just build a quiet, normal life.
And this really lays out his whole internal battle. On one side, you've got John the grandfather. He's desperately trying to find some kind of peace, some purpose with his family. But on the other side, there's always John the soldier, just beneath the surface, haunted by a past and a set of lethal skills that just don't belong in this new world.
So his days are just this series of lonely, quiet routines. Therapy, gym, the park. He even tells his therapist he's not really sleeping, He's just trying to. It's this really fragile existence he's built, all just to keep the ghosts of his past from breaking through.
And here, at his late wife's grave, we see exactly what's driving him. It's this solemn promise he's made to protect his daughter, Jane, and his granddaughter, Wendy. They are everything to him. They are his whole world. And those are the stakes, right before they're about to be raised to an impossible height.
And now, we hit it, the point of no return. This is the catalyst, the brutal, violent act that completely shatters that fragile piece and makes revenge not just a choice, but an absolute necessity.
So men from John's past, they're looking for him, break into his daughter's home, and when they don't find him, they unleash this unspeakable violence just to cover their tracks. They murder his granddaughter Wendy, and they leave his daughter Jane for dead. The life he swore to protect is it's gone, shattered in an instant.
Just think about how cold that line is. Their cruelty isn't about passion or rage. It's a standard operating procedure, a business rule. And that exact amoral procedural code is what John is about to adopt as his own and turn right back on them.
Now, in the sterile quiet of a hospital waiting room, John's grief starts to change. It's curdling. It's transforming from just sorrow into something harder, something with a singular, terrifying purpose.
This vow, spoken to his severely injured daughter, is the absolute breaking point. This is the moment John the grandfather dies, and in his place, an instrument of pure retribution is forged, with a new and terrible mission.
So with his purpose crystal clear, the soldier he tried to bury is back. The ghost is unleashed. And what comes next isn't just a chaotic rampage. No, it's a methodical, chillingly efficient hunt, dismantling an entire criminal organization from the ground up.
You see, his vengeance isn't fueled by hot-blooded anger. It's a military operation. Plain and simple. The process is chillingly systematic. Isolate the target, interrogate for information, eliminate the threat, and then use that new intel to repeat the cycle. Cold, calculated logic.
And he moves fast. Terrifyingly fast. In just a couple of days, he carves this bloody path through the city's underworld, extracting names, climbing the ladder, and each kill brings him one step closer to the man at the top, the architect of his pain, a guy known only as Razor.
And so, this brings us to the final reckoning. After cutting his way through an entire organization, the hunter finally stands face to face with the man who gave the order, the architect of all his pain.
When they finally meet, a wounded Razor he can't comprehend it. He asks John why he would kill his family in return. To Razor, ordering the murder of a little girl and her mother, well, that was never personal. It was just a simple, calculated business decision. And right here, the circle snaps shut. John takes Razor's own cold, detached philosophy, the very words that started this whole nightmare, and he throws them right back in his face, just before delivering that final blow.
So in this last, brutal moment, John doesn't just kill his enemy. He completely annihilates his entire philosophy. He turns Razor's own cruel, twisted logic into his death sentence, completing the mission he set for himself back in that hospital.
But, you know, victory in a revenge story is never clean. After the last body has fallen and the mission is finally complete, you're forced to ask, what's actually left? This final section explores those profound and often devastating consequences.
Amidst all the wreckage, he gets one single piece of good news. His daughter, Jane, the reason he started this entire war, is going to be okay. She'll recover. It's this one tiny glimmer of light in the immense darkness that he has both endured and, let's be honest, created.
But his final message to her isn't, "I'll see you soon." It's a goodbye. He knows. He knows the man who can wipe out their lineage can't just go back to being a father and a grandfather. There is no going back to the life he fought so hard to avenge.
And that leaves us with the final, haunting question, doesn't it? Okay, so justice was delivered, but at what cost to his soul? In becoming a monster to fight other monsters, he had to sacrifice his own humanity. And it forces us to ask ourselves, is the peace that vengeance brings ever really worth the price?